Central Illinois. We are live at Peoria Richwoods High School. Obviously, the IHSA, the big news today. We finally got a decision. Let's give you the update real quick. Now, the big story, of course, is high school football. Football is springing forward. They're going from the fall to the spring. They will now kick off the season March 5th. They're anticipating a 7-game season and some sort of football playoff. Football moves to the spring. So does both soccer and volleyball. The other fall sports are affected. Soccer and volleyball will both move to the spring, but we will have some fall sports. Golf, cross country, girls tennis, girls swimming will remain in the fall. Well, I'm joined here at Peoria Richwoods by 3 area coaches. We're going to start with the host coach right here, Peoria Richwoods football coach Roland Brown. And Roland, it was time for a decision. What's your reaction to today's decision? Football goes spring.
It's, it can be looked at as bittersweet possibly, but what is nice is we finally got a decision, we finally got a direction, so we can now really sit down and really start planning for what we can do coming up for the rest of the fall, winter, and get ready for the spring and try to see what happens. But I think it's great that we're going to get football games, and we're going to get some kids are going to get a chance to play again.
The kids were afraid no season, weren't they?
Yeah, I told them, I said, you got to be careful. I said, if you try to squeeze it in the fall, I said, and something goes on, then we might end up with no season at all, or a 2-game season, everything gets shut down. I said, so at least if we have it in spring, hopefully everything runs as accordingly. And I said, I didn't know what it would be, but the fact that there's 7 games, that's pretty good.
We're also joined by Todd Hollis, the Elmwood Brimfield coach. And Todd, I'm going to have you represent small schools, but Tremont, Mackinac, Farmington, the towns like that, El Paso, they love their football. This football is such a big deal in Elmwood and Brimfield. What do you think the reaction of the town and the team is?
I think it's realistic. I think all of the coaches, I've talked to Coach Vallis quite a bit over at Farmington. I think we knew something was coming, and that you look at numbers going up and just the outlook of the school year, and chances are fall was not going to happen the way we thought it would. And I agree with Roland. The opportunity for the kids to put in effort to get some games in is really the high point right now.
Let me quickly get in Mike Barrett, the Peoria Notre Dame soccer coach for you. And Mike, your kids have been playing club soccer, and that's kind of the controversy. Kids have been playing club soccer, club volleyball, club little league. Now they do have to shut down. Kind of confusing message a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, first off, Jim, I think we could have picked a better location for this interview. We're at Richwoods today.
Notre Dame's big rival. You're right.
But yeah, it has been a little weird with the club sports continuing, even though we were allowed to have no contact at our practices. But now there seems to be consistency across the rules.
A decision was important.
Yeah, a decision was important at this point so that we know going forward what it looks like for our athletes.
All right, we'll hear more from all these coaches tonight at 10. I have plenty more reaction for you, but I have to admit, we have another huge story today, the death of an absolute Big Ten icon and Illinois legend. Lou Henson has passed away at the age of 88, the winningest basketball coach in Illinois history. Of course, the court at State Farm Center is named after Lou. He was a dear friend of mine. It's with tremendous sadness that we report Lou Henson has passed away at the age of 88. Lou died Saturday. His funeral was actually today in Champaign, but again, the court will always have the name of Illinois legend Lou Henson. We'll have plenty more for you tonight. Again, a big IHSA decision. Football springs forward to the spring. Plenty more reaction tonight at 10:25.